Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. It is time for day 3, episode 3 of Web of Fear. Now, as you are all completely aware, episode 3 is the one they didn't find on the shelf. The one that was just missing. The one that they thought they had, but it wasn't there. So, thanks to the exciting world of taking photographs of photographs off the screen, we can have almost, but not quite. Basically, it's a reconstruction, stills over the soundtrack, with a bit of text every so often to demonstrate this is not animated, this is not anything out of the ordinary. But you know what? It's still kind of cool. But the real shame in all of this is that Lethbridge Stewart is, well, it's his first ever time on screen as Lethbridge Stewart. And his introduction episode is kind of, well, missing. Yes, you can watch it, yes, and I did. And the pacing's still there, the characters are still there, the characterization's still there. But it's just a shame, really, that it's not there. But we can still be grateful that these were taken in the first place. We can still be grateful that such things exist, that we can at least see them in stills. At this point, I do feel completely for Sue Perriman on the grounds that she had to sit through hundreds of these reconstructed stories, but that's fine. That can't be helped. And yes, being original Doctor Who, there is still a lot more toing and froing up and down corridors, but it's nice to have Troughton back in place. It's nice to have some more Travers interaction. And, of course, on the whole, somebody in league with the Yeti front, we've got the newspaperman acting suspiciously, so that probably rules him out. We've got Anne Travers, who had that whole mysterious woman thing going on, but as she's the person who points out that one of the Yeti are actually missing from the chess set pieces, were they ever available? They would be lovely. Can you get one now? Oh, one of them was sold, wasn't it? For thousands of pounds. I cannot really see them being that hard to make. They're basically a whittled piece of wood. To the whittling workshop. Oh, hang on, I don't have any of that. Okay, that's possibly one of the biggest segues into nothing that I've ever done. I will not be having a whittling-based podcast. What I will have is a podcast saying that this is just as good as the others. Yes, it's a massive shame that the episode's missing. And yes, the whole Yeti attacking quietly, stealthily is great. But these are monsters that you're actually getting to see. The mystery is, of course, who's in charge of them. And I don't know the answer. And it's marvellous. This is new Doctor Who. Well, it's new to me. I'm desperately enjoying it, but I am desperately looking forward to tomorrow when I'll get to see Doctor Who, well, moving again. We are at the halfway point, so obviously at this halfway point we get to look at the action and basically get a recap of what's going on. This feels so much like a unit story. It's unbelievable. But again, it's still base under siege. Yes, I've made it to day 3 without using those words to do with a Troughton story. I am enjoying this so much more than Enemy of the World. I like the confinement. I like the real world setting. I'm just a sucker for old Doctor Who. So, I'll speak to you again tomorrow when we look at episode 4. We're past the halfway point. It's all real episodes from now on. Come on, Second Doctor. Come on, Great Intelligence. There's only one way to find out who's best. Fight! Be seeing you. You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who is the property of the BBC and no infringement is intended. To contact the show or to find out more about Whostrology and my other works, click on the links on the Tin Dog Podcast homepage. Why not follow Blue Box Messiah, all one word, on Twitter to keep up to date with tour dates of my forthcoming Doctor Who comedy play. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.